Hey, how's it going, you guys? Abner here from the beautiful island of Maui. So, this is week 2 of sports cards. It's been more than 2 weeks now, but I feel like it's been a month. So, this is just an update on my journey in the sports card world. So, number one, I would say I've spent probably about $1,000 or more on sports cards. That wouldn't be so bad if I had a job. We're here locked down on Maui and I'm in the tourist business, so I don't have any money. Luckily, I've sold a bunch of things on eBay, so that is kind of making up for it, but I gotta stop spending. I've been buying cards lately and it's been killing me, I feel. I just have to get to the point where PSA opens and I can get the cards graded so I can hopefully sell those cards when the NFL season starts and basketball season hopefully comes back. Cards I bought, I've shared this before. I have a Zion Williamson PSA 10 card. I also have a PSA 9 Luka Doncic base card, Prism. I've also bought a bunch of Laker players, so like Rajon Rondo. I have a bunch of his cards. I also have Anthony Davis cards. I have one JaVale McGee. So my theory and strategy on that was to buy the role players around LeBron James because LeBron James at the time when I bought those cards were pretty expensive. So I ended up buying number cards for the people around him that I think will sell once the Lakers win. That was my theory on that. After that purchase, I've learned, people are telling me just save your money and buy LeBron cards. I actually have something to talk about that, which is just save your money and buy LeBron cards. I'll get to that later on, but I've also bought supplies for cards. I've bought penny sleeves because all the cards I bought, they obviously come in top loaders and penny sleeves and like one touch, the magnet thing. And then also I got a couple graded, so those already came with supplies. I see myself grading cards, so there is a type of sleeve or holder that PSA wants you to buy them in. So I actually bought that. I think it's called a Ultra Pro card saver. I bought I think 100 or 200 of those. I've also bought a few top loaders. I think I bought 100 penny sleeves, and then I also bought some team bags. I felt like that was a good supply for my situation, which is I see myself only buying Prism, Optic, and Select cards, which are really skinny. So those supplies will fit my situation really nice. I know there is bigger cards like the patch cards and Flawless and National Treasures. Those cards are really thick because they have jerseys in them. And then so you would need bigger top loaders and also bigger, supplies for it. But that's not the route I'm going, so I didn't go overboard and buy a lot of supplies. I've been I took a back seat now on buying cards. It's always, I look around, I do research, and then I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. For instance, I was watching a TikTok and the person said Teddy Bridgewater is the most underrated quarterback. Once I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that's so good because he is the starter of a huge franchise, which is the Carolina Panthers, and he's going to be starting. So I ran over to eBay to buy his cards because he's a veteran. He's not like a rookie superstar guy, but the point is the games that he played at the Saints, I believe he was 5-0. He won 5 games when Drew Brees got hurt. So I feel like he will do really good. Not really good, but he'll do good going forward. But I felt like there was an opportunity to buy his rookie card, which was a 2014 Topps Chrome rookie card. And I've also learned this too. Shiny cards, which are the silver, in Teddy Bridgewater's case, it's called the refractor. It's the really nice rainbow looking cards. So I wanted to go for that card. And then I looked into it and it was pretty expensive already. So I think a PSA 10 base card was going for $50. And I was like, $50? That's pretty expensive. So I finally told myself, don't do it. You know, you've already spent so much money. Let's just hold off until we sell some cards or sell some things on eBay. I don't have to go overboard and max out my credit card. But I did learn something from that Teddy Bridgewater situation, which is, you know, I don't know this firsthand, but I can kind of see moving forward how the market works and everything. So Teddy Bridgewater is the starter. And I feel like with the start of the NFL, you will have a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. And I feel like if I bought his card at $1, got it graded and everything, and then waited until the season start, with so much hype, I feel like I could have sold his card for, you know, $50, $75. If he wins one game, even more, I feel like the card is going to be worth. If he wins a couple games in a row, even more his card price will go up. So that's what I took from that situation. And I think that's correct. You know, sports cards are a lot about attention and hype. You know, the hype of Zion Williamson made his cards go up really high. And then he came back and he actually got hurt. Didn't play, but when he played and he made a spectacular dunk or 5 3-points in a row, his card went way up. And every time he did something good, his cards went up. Also with this, The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, I think, yeah, it started. This is the second week. So what I've also learned too is the attention with The Last Dance and the Michael Jordan documentary. All the prices of the cards have gone up. Obviously, Michael Jordan cards have gone up. Last week, there was a big cover of Dennis Rodman. His cards went up. And I believe the first couple series, 1 or 2, I didn't really watch it because I don't have cable, but Scottie Pippen's cards went up. So yeah, I'm learning that attention, hype has a lot to do with sports cards. Also performance, obviously, if they do really good. Number 2, I've also learned this. Only invest in quarterbacks, QBs, quarterbacks, or the rare defensive player. Nobody else. When I heard this, I was devastated. I even did an interview with Rich Brummett, the Happy Collector, and he said the same thing. I believe he said it in our interview, but we've been chatting back and forth. Go follow Rich, the Happy Collector. I'll put his handle down below. Check out our interview I did with him. So much knowledge. Also, he puts out consistent knowledge and tips and tricks about sports cards. But when I heard that, I was devastated because I like to watch running backs and wide receivers. So my favorite player, you know, is Alvin Kamara. And I also like Saquon Barkley. I really liked Antonio Brown when he was normal. And I also like DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas. So it's too bad. So I think what I'll do if I get into sports cards is I will invest in quarterbacks. And I will also invest in a few defensive players. For example, Nick Bosa for the 49ers. You know, if he does really good and if he starts breaking records, he would be a nice one to pick up. And then I think if I start collecting cards, I will start to collect the running backs and receivers that I like. Invest in only rookie cards. This makes sense. You know, because when looking up things on eBay, if I put in a certain name, a certain player card, what will happen is the rookie cards will pop up. I don't for sure know why exactly that is, why only the rookie cards. I think it's because, coming from a beginner perspective, I think it's because that's the first time they started. I think, I can't really pinpoint a definition, but that's the first day, the first time they played, nobody really knows what will happen. And then the second year, you kind of figure out the players. So either they go up or down or stay the same. I'm not sure. If you guys know the exact definition of why only rookie cards are most valued, put it down below for everybody else to see. But here's another thing I did. I bought Lamar Jackson second year cards. I looked at the cards and I was like, they're really cheap. This is in my budget, like a couple bucks for really nice cards. I think I bought 2 Prism Lamar Jackson gold laser Prism cards, and they're beautiful. They still haven't come in yet. I want to get those graded. Hopefully they grade really nice, and they look really nice. I also bought I couldn't find any Prism second year cards. Well, one in my budget. I think there was one going for $100. I was like, that's crazy. So I looked into the Optic Holo cards. Really nice shiny cards. I actually bought 3 of them. Best offer, I think it was like $5 to $7 score. Posted it. I was so happy. I posted something on TikTok, and right away people are like, dude, only invest in rookie cards. Don't get second year cards. Only rookies have the most value. I felt so stupid, I guess you can say, but I was just like, that's all right. I'll sell them and then get rookie cards. Okay, last thing, number 4. So the Scottie Pippen rookie card. It's a beautiful card, PSA 10. I follow a couple people. TikTok's been the place I've been really liking. I follow a couple people. A lot of attention is on TikTok, and a lot of people are really trying to post really good content. So I like TikTok. This guy said, I see a bunch of people and they say, oh, this Scottie Pippen card, because of the Last Dance documentary, if you bought this card for 1 penny, it is now selling for $2,000. I'm exaggerating, but if you had bought this before the documentary came out, you would have been, they sell now for $2,500, $2,600. And I've also heard things like, oh, this card, if you just would have bought this card before, it's now going up. I've heard that often. And the way I feel about that, I'm like, God, I wish I would have bought that card back in the days. But this is how I feel. So going back to the Lamar Jackson second year card. At first I felt bad and stupid that I bought that card. I should have saved my money and bought the rookie card. Or like the LeBron card. I should have saved my money and bought the LeBron card. This is how I feel. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, if you watching this, comment down below how you feel. But that Scottie Pippen rookie card, if I had bought that because I had a hunch and I posted it, it's going against the grain, I feel. So what will happen is people will give you a lot of slack and be like, why are you buying Scottie Pippen cards? You should just buy Michael Jordan cards. That's the way I feel about the Lamar cards and also the role player cards. Because in my mind, I have a strategy, which is I feel Lamar Jackson will do really good. Going back to my point, I have a strategy in my head, and that's what I'm going with. As a beginner, I don't really know everything, which is kind of good, I feel. Because if I have a strategy and I've done a little research, okay, no QBs. Okay, no QBs. I mean, only quarterbacks, no running backs, no receivers. So if I have that in mind, just quarterbacks. Now, I look at somebody I like, which is Lamar Jackson, and I look at the second year card, not the most valuable ones, the second year ones, really nice cards. I buy it for a really low price, I feel, which is $5 to $7. And if Lamar Jackson does really good, I'm pretty sure those cards will go up too. It's like that saying, when the tide rises, all the boats go up kind of deal. And that's how I feel about that. I also feel about that about the Laker cards that I bought. Couldn't afford LeBron, so I bought Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, a Danny Green autograph card, which was super low, like $5 or something like that. Also, JaVale McGee autograph card, that was the most I paid. I paid $17 on that one. I was reaching. Then I bought some Anthony Davis, like just base cards. I bought a huge lot for, I don't know, like $9 or something like that. If LeBron James and the Lakers win a championship, I think those cards will go up. And like, if I think Lamar Jackson is going to do really good, I think those cards will go up. So I think you have to go against the grain. Because after hearing people say, oh, I wish I would have bought that card, they didn't buy it because they were afraid what other people were thinking. Or they were just going with the flow. I think that's the chance that you have to take. I'm learning with sports cards is do your research, look at a situation, and try to get in before everybody else finds out. I have a bunch of friends that, we have a little group on Instagram. I think there's like 9 of us now. We all just started. Super exciting. We always show what we're buying in the group. So I think that's good. The camaraderie you get from sports cards. I really like that. It's something special. So if you guys are just here, it's a cool thing to get into. I mean, just learn as much as you can about I guess the ground, the breaking, the base of sports cards, and just have fun. That's the best part about this is just having fun. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Comment down below. You guys got any questions or anything? I'm still doing a lot of research, trying to put out a lot of content. I'll put down all my handles down below. Most of the time I'm on Instagram is my main thing. I kind of talk to the camera there on Instagram stories. I post on TikTok, and I try to get in on Twitter. I can't read that well. My grammar's not that well, so I try my best on Twitter. Yeah, any questions, comment down below. I check my comments pretty often. But yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all your time and all your help in the future and everything. And I wish you well.